What are the most shocking golf chokes that left players reeling? This is an exclusive look at the 7 unforgettable golf moments where players were on the verge of triumph, only to watch it fall apart. It's a gripping journey through some of the sport's most dramatic downfalls. This one's going to surprise even the biggest golf fans. We've scoured MyGolfSpy and golfshake.com to bring you an in-depth look at these unforgettable moments. Keep watching to the end for golf's biggest chokes. Let's start with number 7, Jordan Spieth's 2016 Masters collapse. The 2016 Masters saw one of the most unforgettable breakdowns in golf history, a strong reminder that even the most unshakable champions can fall apart in minutes. At only 22, Jordan Spieth was already among golf's greats, with 2 major wins and the title of defending Masters champion. Heading into the final day at Augusta National, he had led an impressive 7 straight rounds, a record even Tiger Woods hadn't achieved. With a 5-shot lead as he began the last 9 holes on Sunday, it looked like we were witnessing the start of a legendary career. Then, things suddenly changed. A bogey on the 10th hole was a minor setback, and another bogey on the 11th tightened the lead. But it was the 12th hole where Spieth's game went from a minor slip-up to a historic collapse. 2 shots landed in the water, followed by a trip to the bunker. When it was over, Spieth had taken 7 strokes on the par 3, turning his 5-shot lead into a 3-shot deficit. This moment stands out not just because of the scale of the collapse or how quickly it happened, but because of the setting and the player. Spieth had been golf's example of consistency, a player who seemed to handle pressure easily, competing at Augusta National, where he had looked unbeatable. The speed and size of the collapse were so shocking that fans and viewers struggled to believe it as they watched. Years later, Spieth would say he didn't choke, suggesting it was a small swing mistake that showed up at the worst possible time. Maybe he's right, but for those watching, it felt like a rare and unforgettable moment in golf, a collapse we hadn't seen before and hope to never see again. Now we are moving to number 6. Mito Pereira's PGA Championship heartbreak. Imagine this. You're leading a major tournament with just 1 hole left, 1 par, and you make history. Then, in a split second, it all falls apart. That's exactly what happened to Chile's Mito Pereira at the 2022 PGA Championship. This wasn't just any stumble. It was like watching someone's dream vanish right before your eyes. He wasn't even expected to be in this position. Ranked 100th in the world and playing in only his 2nd major, he performed like a pro for 71 holes, starting the final day with a 3-shot lead. But then, under the pressure, things began to slip. Bogeys piled up, yet he clung to the lead. When he reached the last tee, he still had a 1-shot advantage. All he needed was a simple par to win and become Chile's first major champion. But golf can be brutally timed. Pereira swung and his ball soared, only to drift right, landing in a narrow creek that barely anyone even knew was there. In a cruel twist, he didn't just lose the tournament, he missed the playoff too. A double bogey knocked him down to a tie for 3rd, leaving Justin Thomas and Will Zalatoris to battle for the win. Reflecting afterward, Pereira said, "I just wanted to put it in play." Sometimes, even the simplest mistakes hurt the most. At number 5, Lexi Thompson's close-range putt miss. One of the toughest missed putts in women's golf history was Lexi Thompson's 2017 stumble at the CME Group Tour Championship. This isn't just about a short putt. It's about an entire season's achievements slipping away in seconds. Imagine you're Lexi Thompson standing over a 2-foot putt on the last hole of the season. Sinking it means becoming Player of the Year, reaching world number 1, and winning $500,000. Missing it? Nobody even thinks about that. The gallery is silent, and the trophy is nearly hers. Then in a slow-motion moment, her putter moves forward, and the ball lips out. The crowd's gasp said it all. This wasn't just any tournament. After getting a controversial 4-stroke penalty at the ANA Inspiration, caught by a TV viewer, Thompson had shown incredible grit, winning twice and placing second several times. Despite the missed putt, she still took home the Vare Trophy for lowest scoring average and a $1 million bonus. In the end, her season was a success, though the missed putt is a haunting what-if moment. Coming in at number 4, Dustin Johnson's PGA Championship penalty at Whistling Straits, 2010. Consider Dustin Johnson's experience at the 2010 PGA Championship at Whistling Straits. Johnson was close to winning his first major title, leading on the final hole. But then, everything changed with one mistake. On the 18th hole, Johnson's tee shot went far to the right, landing in a sandy area where fans had been walking all week. It looked like a regular patch of dirt, nothing unusual. With fans nearby, Johnson assumed it was okay to place his club on the ground before his shot. However, Whistling Straits has a unique setup with more than 1,000 bunkers, many placed outside regular play areas and even in spots where spectators stand. A local rule that week stated every sandy area on the course was a bunker, no matter how it looked. Unfortunately, Johnson hadn't realized this rule applied to his position. After finishing the hole, officials told him he'd earned a 2-stroke penalty, which dropped him from a playoff spot to 5th place. Number 3 on our list is Phil Mickelson's U.S. Open loss. Phil Mickelson's last hole loss at the 2006 U.S. Open at Winged Foot is hard to forget. Standing on the 18th tee with a 1-shot lead, he was so close to winning his first U.S. Open, a title he had wanted for years. He could have played it safe to secure the win, but he decided to go for a big finish, choosing his driver for a powerful shot. Things quickly went wrong. His drive went left, missing the fairway. His second shot hit a tree, and his third got stuck in a bunker. In the end, he finished the hole with a double bogey, losing the tournament by 1 shot. Looking back on his choices, Mickelson famously said, "I am such an idiot." Now we have number 2, Greg Norman's heartbreak. In 1986, Greg was expected to dominate golf, and fans called it the year of the shark. Instead, it became a season of near misses and disappointment. Norman did something no other golfer has done before or since. He led all 4 major tournaments going into the final round. This was called the Saturday Slam, but there was little to celebrate as each victory slipped through his fingers. At the Masters, all Norman needed was a simple par on the 18th hole to force a playoff with Jack Nicklaus. With an easy shot in perfect position, victory seemed assured. But his shot missed right, leading to a bogey and costing him the chance at a Masters win. This mistake haunted him for years. The setbacks didn't end there. At the U.S. Open, Norman forced a playoff after sinking a 40-foot par putt, only to lose the next day by 8 shots to Fuzzy Zoeller. At the PGA Championship, Bob Tway sealed the win with an incredible bunker shot, leaving Norman with yet another painful loss. Looking back, Norman described the Masters defeat as his biggest regret, a single missed shot that stood between him and lasting fame. Finally, number 1 on our list is Adam Scott's heartbreaking collapse. Scott's 2012 Open Championship loss was one of the most painful in golf history. Leading by 4 shots with only 4 holes left, Scott seemed ready to win at Royal Lytham and St. Anne's, but in golf, nothing is guaranteed. On the 15th hole, Scott's bogey dropped his lead to 3 shots. Another bogey on the 16th made it even closer, cutting the lead to 2. He bogeyed again on the 17th, bringing the lead down to 1. By the time he reached the 18th, it felt like the weight of the world was on his shoulders. Meanwhile, Ernie Els, who had already finished his round, expected to come in second place. But Scott's unexpected collapse made Els the champion, leaving fans wondering if Scott would ever fully recover from the heartbreak of that loss. We hope you enjoyed this dive into golf's most shocking moments. For more epic wins, surprising losses, and inside stories from the world of golf, make sure to subscribe. Get ready to explore the greatest highs and lows from the game.